Well, another dark log from the diary of a griever named John Weaver, which is me. Shout out to the artist in recovery slash Darryl P. And a somber birthday, my friend, from the East Coast. Greetings from the West Coast. Yeah, it's almost 5 o'clock in the morning. It's about 4:53 for Friday, the 23rd of January, 2026. You're talking about things I've been thinking about for a hell of a long while, pal. I've been going over issues in my head regarding about my own life and how things are happening right now. My 60th coming up next week. So while you get to have one for either on Friday or Saturday, I think, I'm facing it next week. And I'm feeling what you're feeling right now. Yeah, we got political crap dragging our asses down left and right. We thought it was going to be a better year. It wasn't. It started out to be rocky. And for a couple of us, or most of us, I have to deal with the health scare. And that's keeping me up at night. I don't get any sleep anymore. I'm also dealing with the loss of a dog that's coming up. Okay, that's driving me crazy because she's at that point where a lot of people either abandon their dogs in kennels or final visit over to the vet. She has been fussing, but she's still got life left in her. I don't know if she's suffering, but I don't want her to suffer. And I'm a selfish dog owner that is facing that loss. And just as you are still mourning her, I'm mourning a lot. And it's still mourning, it's still grieving, and it still weighs heavily on our hearts. I'd give you a hug if I could, pal. We can't do anything about Trump except wait for the midterms to see if this guy will lose his power at midterms. I hope so. There's a lot of stuff that he's doing right now that's turning our world in different directions we didn't want in the first place. And yeah, I had thought so many times of losing it and leaving this world, either before or after she must be obeyed does. I, I don't have the words to say concerning about the potential depression and suicidal that you're going through right now. I know a lot of people are freaking out about it. You're saying, what's the point of all of it? Let me shoot you this one here, dude. A couple of decades ago, when my brother was still living and breathing, he had been researching our genetic lineage for the male line regarding the Cameron clan that we have. There had been a lot of males, actually, about 3 or 4 of them, who died after the age of 60. We had uncles that survived World War II, Korea, and one actually took his own life. But when they've reached past the age of 60, the youngest had cancer and his lungs blew out after treatment that he had for lung cancer. Instead of puffing, he took a breath of oxygen, and what I heard was his lungs exploded. I didn't see or hear him doing it, but That's what was going around through the family circles on that one. And it was past his 60th birthday. Scared the hell out of my brother. When my brother was reaching the age of 50, and we were going over to 12 steps, the meeting hall we kept going to noticed a weird ass pattern on my brother. And I noticed a weird ass pattern all that day on my brother. He was angry, argumentative. Hopefully that the meeting would straighten his ass out. No, not really. Because what he wanted to do is when we got over to the meeting hall, is he wanted to kill himself. Now, he didn't have a gun. He had his car. And he wanted to drive it right through the windows. And he wasn't telling me this at all. His communications to me on text were ugly, and he kept telling me to fuck off. So when the first portion of the meeting started, they would do the readings of from the Big Book. Talk a little bit. Then there would be a break. And then there would be the open sharing. During that time, when they noticed that he was still in there, and I'm telling them what's going on, during the break, one of the guys came out. He was a sponsor of sorts to my brother. One veteran helping out another veteran. And for whatever was said, these guys had their say. Nothing explosive. Dave just came into the back of the area where he usually sat, and on the opposite end of me. And at the time of sharing, he used up all the time, telling him about his fears and his phobias. About him going to die at the age of 60 years old. He was only 50. He just reached his 50th birthday. He was trying to make amends to Mommy that night. I didn't want to lose him. He made a phone call to his biological father. There's a long story about that one there, but I'll tell you another time. He was telling my brother that in your bloodline regarding the Shaws, we live until about 90. You're not going to die at the age of 60. You're going to live longer. Yeah, there's a problem right there, wasn't there? So for the next 10 years, he wasn't thinking about it or talking about it as much. He was just trying to deal with life, trying to take care of Mom, take care of his little brother. Yeah, but in the last several years of his life after Mom passed, we had to take care of each other. We had our own adventures and misadventures. But here's the thing, after he, we got this place established without the damn bugs, and he turned 60, that's when all hell really broke loose on him. It was bad enough he was already suffering through a lot of fails in his past. I mean, his broken body of shrapnel on the back because of combat, and blown out kneecaps because of training. But the thing that scared the hell out of him just popped up, especially when he started having speech and he started having mobility issues. Made me step up my game and taking care of the guy. We took him over to the doctors. And in the last 2 weeks of that time of his birthday, he had several transischemic attacks. Basically, blood vessels in his brain. Somewhere in there that was hampering him. It was only going to get worse. He'd catch a blood sugar spike. We had to take him over to the hospital. stabilize him, get him back home. But while I was at the last trip at the hospital, and he was getting discharged, he was waiting for an ambulance to take him home. There was no way he was going to walk out. At least, not very well. So they arranged private transportation to get him home. Somewhere he caught a bug. A few hours later, I'm waking up to my brother shaking me, saying in perfect clarity that he's having trouble breathing and he needs help. My hand's on the phone calling 911 at that point. I'm keeping an eye on him, taking in turns between trying to get an area cleared off so they can reach him and bring him over to a gurney, and making sure he's all right and telling 911 what was going on. You try doing that. He's joking with the EMTs. And I'm thinking it's going to be another trip we got. Terrific. Take care of my dog, lock her up, go bag with me, what we're going to be needing, going with. Get in the front to the seat of the ambulance. It was a routine that I did. While taking care of Ma and her many trips to the ambulance, Dave and I had this routine going on. We had go bags for Mama, for anybody ready to go. And at least when we're taking care of Mama, we had our own car. Before later down the road that Dave and I actually killed ours. Anyway. On this ambulance trip, there was nothing I noticed that was wrong, but they weren't taking any chances. The sirens going, and we're heading over towards the hospital, and I'm texting people about a ride situation. I get over to the emergency room, and I'm still waiting for responses from people left and right. I'm getting a couple of them. I'm handling it. The next thing I know, I'm getting ushered over to the emergency room, to the trauma center. And there was a body laying down there. I didn't want to see the face. I knew. That day had changed my life. It's like weeks after Dave gets his 60th. So I'm thinking, life's changed. Now what do I do? Survive. I've been doing that ever since. Slowly but surely. And this has been about, he passed in 2018, so it's been several years. Ma had been gone since 2013. And that was already an emotional toll on me and my big brother. There was more to my brother's story right after that. I'll do that in another video, yes. But this brings me up to the point where I've got right now. Shortly before Christmas Eve last year, I started having problems with my feet, both of them. I'm getting sore a bit. Didn't know what the hell was going on. I was taking a shower, I'm seeing red. It's usually an infection. I'm thinking, oh, terrific, now what do I do? And then I'm seeing some weepage on the bottom of the sock. And it smells. Okay, fine. I'll get to the doctor's office. I can't see my primary care, so I see a substitute. The substitute's having a field day. He's having a freak out. He sees and smells me there, and he says he can't help me. He looked at my foot and he went nuts. You got to go to the hospital. You got to get them debrided, that feet of yours. And you got to get x-rays and ulcers and stuff like that. You got to get an MRI on it. That'll freak me out. That'll piss me off. And I still got to take care of my dog. Are you kidding me? My dog is a priority and not my feet. We had a little bit of a argument, disagreement, viewpoints. But A few days later, I end up over at the hospital while calling 911 on me. I had been, for the past few years, going to my health plan for psychological, not mostly medical, because I needed therapy for what the hell was going on through my life. And even a therapist and I had words, but an understanding. An old therapist drops off, I get a case manager. So the case manager is me and making out plans on what the hell to do next. So yeah, I told her I was going to call 911. I called 911 myself. And there my hospital journey began, and I've got that on video. Find the links, send it over to you, dude. They didn't find anything in the bone. But they looked at the hole I had on my foot. They wanted me to see the doctor. They didn't want to go and do anything to my damn foot. I'm already freaking a little bit and trying not to freak out as much. I'm praying up a storm to get myself calmed down in the hospital because I'm lying in a hospital bed with my foot extended and my foot exposed. And that's an ugly thing. Thankfully, they got a blue sock in the damn thing. But last week or week before, I think last week, appointment was made for the podiatrist. 20th of this month. I did things I kept telling myself I would not do, but I need to get my foot checked out. I did not want it to be gangrene, dude. I seriously do not. I got a podiatrist, didn't use any anesthetic, just got into it and started debriding the damn thing. It's cutting out the old stuff, making sure the new stuff grows. It smelled, it was bloody, it was painful. And I wanted my teddy bear with me. I had brought in a teddy bear and a couple other stuffies in my bag. Didn't have access to it. Not enough. Guys, the doctor was having too much fun cutting things up, and she's not exactly communicative very much. She's using this hook of a carrot, doing a saw job on me, just to get the flesh off that could turn gangrene. After that, she patted it up, wrapped it up, and sent me over to orthopedics to get a shoe. Their version of a shoe is the same damn thing I'm wearing right now as a fucking boot. Today I get to see my primary care physician so we can get to talk about the situation. I'm still worried about transportation situations, trying to get back home. You try taking a public transportation to and from, especially in my situation. I'll talk to you about that a little bit later on that in another video. But suffice it to say, dude, I'm looking at my own mortality right now. Scare shit that I was going to get gangrene, and then it's like, okay, fuck it. If I'm going to die, I'm going to die. At least I don't have to worry about the crap I've got behind. Except for the fact that I still owe my brother and my mother a few things. They're dead, but I owe them. A final resting place for them to call home instead of just getting mishandled by somebody else. And a promise I made to them, dude. See, I promised them I'd complete college. I'm not done with college yet. And I may be taking it online for some time. That's all right. I'll do online. I still want to do in person, going back over to my community college and finishing things up and contemplating the idea of going even further on that one. I don't know, it's an idea, isn't it? Despite what's happening in the political crap right now and everybody else running around or forced to run around in panic or even in depression, and believe me, I feel it. I feel it, dude. And I'm not letting it hamper me. No. I got through one worse part of the damn foot ulcer. And I'm going to have them take a look at the bandage and remove it and put a fresh one on there. Or teach me how to put it on there. Because I got grossed out in that podiatry room. Very much so. Very so. That, I don't even want to look at the damn wound I've got. And it was bad enough I was looking at the wound before I had the damn thing cut up. It was smelly. It was licking. Ugh. I'd washed my feet out a few times with water. Not realizing I may have installed bacteria in the damn thing. You want to see the fun part about my job? How my sleep's already totally screwed up. You know, I deal with She Who Must Be Obeyed, my dog, okay? I deal with her. And she's stressing out in her old age even worse and worse. Keeping me up worse and worse at night. Did I barely get any sleep? Antibiotics. Taking them in sequences and on a timely basis. To the point where it's monotonous and it's affecting my biology. I can't taste. I taste pill. I wake up, I taste pill. There's like one pill I'm taking 3 times a day. I have to time this on that. And then there's one pill that's 24 hours. No problem on that one. It's the smaller ones that are pissing me off. It's the smaller ones that are pissing me off. And it's a good thing that they're pissing me off. That means I'm still alive. So I can yell at you. It's a hell of a thing that we're looking at for our 60th birthday. You know what I was stressing out last year? What I was going to do, what I was going to see. Was it what? What can I have? What can I not have? Ah! Type 2 diabetes pops up. It's the reason why I've got the ulcer in the first place. The fun thing that my family line has. We got type 2. Male and female. Doesn't matter who's got it. Doesn't matter which age bracket. My family line's cursed with it. It's genetic. I'm not type 1, thank God. Otherwise, I'd be stabbing myself on a constant basis and turning my body into a damn pincushion. I got a problem with that. I got to deal with that issue. My brother didn't like being turned into a pincushion. Testing his blood all the damn time with the finger stabs. He was looking at it and saying, no. And I'll probably in heaven he's saying, John, just deal with the inconvenience, all right? Yeah, since I've already got the neuropathy in both hands and feet. I'm still able to use the digits. I'm still able to lift things up. But my brother was having grasping issues on it. Needless to say, we're getting older, dude. We got to deal with this shit. As much as I hate it, and as much as I kept saying things against it while I was in my younger stages, I'm 60. I still want to live. I still want to live. I'm scared of a lot of damn things. I don't even like going through this damn shit. But you know what? Shit happens. Deal with it. We can't do anything about Trump and his actions and his mouth except keep yelling and screaming at the son of a bitch. That's it. For right now, we live our lives to the best we can. It's the only thing we can do right now. And that being said,